please, God, don't let me be a crackhead when I grow up, bro. I used to think that all the time, bro. That shit used to scare the shit out of me. Like, bro, I do not want to be like Leonardo DiCaprio.
This is crazy. Because this is the complete opposite of what everybody be pushing. The media is ruining our kids. Nigga, they scared the shit out of you.
Scared the shit out of me, bro. You feel what I mean? That shit lasts for a long time, bro. That shit lasts for a long time until a nigga grew up like, hey, this shit ain't that bad. You feel me?
That's your one.
Yeah, nigga be funny, man. So, yeah, like I already, that shit lasted for a long time, man. Let me ask you this, right? Because they was trying to compare this. I seen this a while ago on No Jumper, and you know, I get this a lot when people would say, talk about the killing and shit in rap music. You know what I mean? All the shit or whatever, and they always try to bring up, you know, movies. And somebody brought up video games, and the conversation went to music is hypnotizing. You feel what I mean? Like music is hypnotizing. You know what I mean? You know, you could go through the beats and the patterns and the repetition. You can go through all that. But a nigga was arguing that, you know, video games such as Grand Theft Auto and shit like that can be hypnotizing. I don't agree. Me personally, I don't agree. I agree that video games and movies have desensitized us, if I'm saying it right, desensitized us from violence. Because if you think about it, like, for example, say if you watching the Avengers or the Hulk or some shit like that, and they having these big ass wars in the streets and throwing cars and buildings is falling, nigga, in all actuality, hundreds of people are dying. Hundreds of people are dying. But we don't get that concept as we watching the movie. It's just action and this, and that. And then when you come to the video games and shit and the Call of Duty and you just run around killing motherfuckers and, you know, the Grand Theft Autos and shit like that. So I think it has desensitized us to, to murder, you know, but I don't think it creates criminals. You get what I mean? I don't think movies and video games create criminals. I can see music creating criminals due to the fact that the image that comes with the rapper. You get what I'm saying? It's not just the shit that he's saying. It's the life that he's living. It's the respect that he's getting from it. Is when you look at a movie and shit like that, is like, even if you play Call of Duty, nigga, you can die too. You feel what I'm saying?
So, you know what's funny about that? That when I took, I can't remember what, I don't know if it was marketing or something. What, it was one of the fucking college class. But anyway, they was talking about the history of, like, you know, television. And when television first came and they started making movies and stuff, and it had murder and all that, they compared the murder rate to the amount of, like, you know, violence in the TVs and shit, and there was a significant increase. That they basically said, you know, the movies made it, in the studies that they have, made it where people was desensitized. Like, people thought acceptable retaliations was, like, shit from the movie was acceptable retaliations. Yeah. Now, my point of saying that is, those are situational in most of the like most times. Like, if me and you get into it, if I shoot you, it's probably because, say you sock me and I shoot you and I probably could have beat you up. That is like nothing to me because the movies and shit, right? But with the music, see, the music puts a whole gang member to you know, you gotta certain, depending on what type of music, you know, niggas is robbing, niggas is doing this and that. Like you say, it's creating a whole atmosphere. It's creating a whole different person. Like, it's not giving. It's not saying, you know, if a nigga slap you, you can shoot him. It's saying, nigga, walk up to that nigga, press him. If he say something, shoot him. Nigga, you the aggressor. Like,
that's fact. That's fact. It did too. The difference with music, my nigga. Music is not a dialogue. It's not music. They're talking to you. You feel what I'm saying? And so when you're driving around listening to music, somebody is talking to you. Like, it's a chant. And then especially if you really like the song and you got it on repeat and you playing it over and over and over, you nigga, that's follow the clock. You know what I'm saying? Like follow the clock. So when you watching the movie, it's a dialogue. People are having a conversation, and then a lot of times you're seeing different aspects of the situation. You get what I'm saying? It don't be glorified because you can't find me one movie, especially in America. You can't find me one movie that glorifies game banging, that actually glorifies. People go always say X, Y, and Z, but in all actuality,
what does glorifying it mean? Like, because I don't. Because if you showing, it seemed like when they show the positive parts, like say, like set it off, nigga. You could say it's glorifying it when they showing how happy they was and own when they got the money, like just making a movie about robbery in general. So what exactly is glorifying?
I don't consider that glorifying because everybody died at the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you glorify parts. Like, I guess I don't know. I mean, if you didn't, I
think glorifying is when you leave a negative out. You get what I'm saying? That's glorifying. Like, so say if I go over, for example, right? I tell you, hey, yeah, man, I just cracked this female. Nigga went over the house. Nigga, she did X, Y, Z, head crazy, hit from the back clean, all that shit, cooked for a nigga. But I didn't tell you that, she lived with her mama. I had to sneak in through the back, climb through the window. You feel me? Dog was in the backyard barking and shit, almost bit the shit out of me.